Evening, Minisink Valley community. We're only several days away from the Board of Education candidates being voted on for 4 seats. Right now, there's only 3 candidates up there. There is going to be a write-in for the 4th seat, and we're going to be voting on the district school budget for the 26-27 school year. So it is time. This is the weekend to start to really hone in on what's important to you. Okay. Now, this election is actually pretty cool. Like when I went onto the website and I saw that there was only 3 candidates, I'm like, ooh, what? That's, I've never seen that happen before. Maybe it has happened in the past, but I've never seen it. So I was kind of perplexed about it. But then I started to think about it. And I think we all have to start thinking this way. This is a time where we can really reset to understand how important it is to vote for something, either our local elections, the presidential elections, anything. It is our civic duty to get out there and vote. And I say that it's so important this time because it shows us, the reset is, it shows us that we have complete control in this election. So what do you mean? Okay, well, you could vote for one of the candidates that's on the ballot. You can vote for all 3 of them. You can say, you know what? My cousin Harold, I think he would be great on the board. Okay, I think I'm going to write him in. And then you can start talking to other family members. You can start talking to your neighbors, your friends, and you can start to talk about and discuss what is going to best represent your community, right? So many times we hear in elections, every vote matters. Every vote matters. But really, this election, it's more true than ever. One extra vote for a write-in can make the difference. You could, like I said, you could potentially vote a write-in more than one of the candidates that is on the ballot. And not saying you should vote anyway, you vote any way you want, but let this sink in. Let this be a teachable moment for our kids to teach them how important voting is to our democratic republic. Okay, so we got two words here. We have republic and democracy. Okay, and I wrote down the definitions for us because it's pretty cool, and we always have to remember this. I think it gets shoved, everybody's doing everything, we're running in 50 million directions and whatnot, but we have to remember that this country is founded on for the people, by the people. So republic, a state in which supreme power is held by the people and their elected representatives. Okay, democracy, a system of government where power is vested in the people who exercise that authority directly or through elected representatives. So it's not even just a reset for us. It's actually a reset for the powers that be, all the people who are in power right now, to let them know that it is us that are the ones that put them where they are. Sometimes when you get into power, and you can see it a lot, that people start to forget who put them there, and then we kind of become complacent too, and we start to lose or put ourselves in a position where we lose power. Okay, and this again is just a reset so that we can teach our children that this is one of the most important powers that we have, to vote in elected people who are going to represent us. Like, I was on the board for 2 years, right? And how many people ever came to our meetings? Not a lot. You know why? Because everybody's running to soccer practice. They're getting home late from work. They're taking their kids to CCD. They're doing all this kind of stuff. And by the time 6:30 rolls around, they're just trying to get dinner on the table, okay? And they really can't make these meetings. So you have to have a representative that does just that, represents you, your values, how you see things in this district. So I'm going to put my hat in the ring. Okay. So if you think that I can represent you, and if I could tell you a little bit about myself, I was on the board for 2 years, from May 2022 through June 2024. And in that time, I tried to make sure that we were one of the biggest things to me was transparency from the board, from our district at large, to parents, to the stakeholders, to everybody. It's so important because you can't make these meetings. They need to be televised. They need to be maybe not televised, taped. Taped is going to be a lot more cost effective. Okay. So we get things taped so that everything is documented, everything. So you can see it either later that night, but probably the next day on the district website. So everybody knows where it is. Complete transparency. You can see everything and you can document. Like there's times where we had new curriculums coming in, and you know, how many years ago was that? Oh, it's about 2 years ago. I wonder how all that's going. So we can chronicle together. That's very important. I wanted to make sure that there was parental rights that were protected. You have to be extremely diligent when policies are coming down from the state or other entities, that parental rights are not stripped away. So I definitely was very forthright in making sure that everybody knew that parental rights, First Amendment rights, they could not be infringed upon. What else? There's also times where I try to look out for when we had new curriculums come in. I want to know what's going on with the teachers. I need to know how implementation is going, we have seasoned teachers. Like, we should be able to go to them and see if things are working or not. You know, there's a lot of moving parts. The budget is absolutely voluminous. All right. So you need people in there to just kind of like look at it and be like, you know, look at it from a perspective of us kitchen table people who do our bills there, and see what's best and cost effective in that way as well. So again, my biggest thing was trying to look out for parents and everything else that had to do with their precious cargo, which was their children. So I feel like there's some unfinished business. I feel like I can be an extra vote to get certain things accomplished. And if you feel like, excuse me, if you feel like I can represent you, I'm going to hit the ground running. You give me those 2 years and I'm going to be fighting those 2 years to make sure that our district keeps going above and beyond. There's so much we can be doing, so many opportunities we can be putting for our kids. I got some ideas to just bring us all together. So if you believe that I can represent you, then absolutely just write my name in there, Angela Koenig, Koenig, and definitely won't let you down. I definitely won't let you down. What I say to my kids every night when we sit down and they're getting ready for bed, I say, thank you, Lord, for the opportunities that you put in front of us. Let us have eyes to see them and know when we're supposed to move and when we're supposed to stay still. I think that's the most important thing. Sometimes you just have to try to trust in faith, and sometimes you take that first step and you trust where that path is going to lead you. So right now I'm just taking a first step, and whatever happens, if I'm meant to be on the board, then I'm going to take that opportunity and I'm going to do everything that I possibly can to make a difference, an absolute difference. I'm not just a yay person, you know, you put something in front of me, oh, there it is, you know. But if not, then that's another thing. We teach our kids that we have to be able to put ourselves out there for all different kinds of opportunities. And when we do that, sometimes we might not get to the finish line that we're assuming we're going to get to, right? We might not get that part in the play. We might not make that team. We might not, but you have to try, right? You got to put that foot in front of the other, and you learn so much from the opportunities that you get. There's so much from the process. It's not only the end game, yay, I'm on the board, or oh no, I didn't make it. Sometimes it's the path that makes you stronger, and it helps you to see certain things, and it helps show your kids, hey, listen, don't be afraid to put it out there. You're going to be learning stuff in the process. So I'm like, you know what? Here I am, Lord, send me. So if you tell me to, I'm going to take that first step, and I'm going to trust that path that's put in front of me. All right. So like I said, I will hit, if you write me in, I will be right in there, and I'm going to start working for you guys. All right. All concerns are so important to me. And I'm always open. Door's always open to anybody who needs to talk. So anyway, have a great night. Look how beautiful the night sky is becoming. And all right, we'll see you at the ballot box on Tuesday. And I believe it's all day. I think it starts from like 6 o'clock and goes till 9. Know your voting place. You're either going to be at Otisville, or you're going to be at the intermediate school in the gym over there. So just make sure you know where you're supposed to be voting. And if you can, get your little pen and you write out Angela Koenig on there, and I will work for you. Have a great night.